Now, coming to the second session, a short history of English drama. A short history of English drama, it is a bit long. That is, before, see, you are studying different types of theatres, different types of drama. And so you should have a basic knowledge of the short history of English drama, how English drama originated, what are the different stages, what was the beginning. All these things you will understand in this session. And so, second session is a short history of English drama. See how drama originated. And before going to the short history, I forgot to mention about the origin of drama. You will be interested to know how drama originated. After that, we will see the history of English drama. The origin of drama can be traced back to the ancient Greece, where ritualized dancing and singing were essential elements of daily life and culture. And so, drama definitely has a Greek origin. And it is said that Greeks, in ancient Greece, ritualized dancing and singing was part of their daily life. During rustic festivals conducted in honor of Dionysius, the god of nature and fertility and wine. See, when people danced and sang in groups around the altar of the god, singing hymns known as dithyrambs. And see, I am telling you about the origin of drama. And you definitely know that drama has a Greek origin. And then understand that for ancient Greeks, ritualistic dancing and singing, it's very important. See, it was a part of their everyday existence. And during festivals, people will be singing and dancing. And mainly, festivals were conducted in honor of the Greek god Dionysius. And Dionysius is counted to be the god of nature and fertility. He is also called the god of wine. And so, in order to celebrate the festival of Dionysius, people danced and sang in groups around the altar of the god, singing hymns known as dithyrambs. And so, during the festival of Dionysius, what are the people doing? The Greeks will be dancing and singing. And they are singing hymns. And these hymns are called dithyrambs. Dithyrambs are the hymns or the songs sung during these festivals. And two types of plays originated in course of time. And two types, one from the serious and the other from the lighter side of such celebrations, called tragedy and comedy respectively. And so ancient Greeks, for them ritualistic dancing and singing is very important. It was a part of their everyday existence. And during the festival of Dionysius, they used to dance and sing. They will be singing hymns called dithyrambs. Dithyrambs are the hymns, are the songs played. And from these hymns originated the two types of plays, tragedies and comedies. One dealing with the serious type is the tragedy, and the lighter side of such celebrations was called comedy. Okay, two types of plays originated in course of time in connection with these hymns. One from the serious and the other from the lighter side of such celebrations, called tragedy and comedy respectively. Now, a short history of English drama. You should have an idea of the history of English drama. We will see what is the beginning. During the Middle Ages, that is from 5th to 15th century AD, in England, drama was deeply associated with religion and the church in the form of religious performances. And so that was the beginning. In the middle period, that is from 5th century to 15th century AD. We are talking about this period, 5th century to 15th century AD. In England, drama was associated with religion and church in the way of religious performances. And so that was the beginning. It was connected with religious performances. Priests and monks enacted the roles of characters, and the plays were usually performed inside the church. And so, in the beginning, drama was greatly associated with religious performances. At that time, priests and monks were the actors. And so, drama was staged within the church. It was performed inside the church because priests and monks are playing the part of the actors. And so, in the beginning, the drama was performed inside the church, and the actors were priests and monks. And in due course, the earlier Latin dialogues were replaced by English, and the performances became more elaborate, demanding greater space. And so, in due course, the earlier Latin dialogues were replaced by English, and the performances became more elaborate, demanding greater space. And so, the play performances had to be organized outside the church, moving first into the courtyard and then into the streets. More common people participated, and drama gained great popularity. In the beginning, only few people were there, only some monks and priests, and then at that time, the drama was staged inside the church. Then the Latin dialogues were replaced by the English, and then it became more popular, and more people came to the stage, and lack of space was the problem inside the church. And then finally, dramas were taken out to the churchyard and then to the streets. Improvisations were made by the addition of humorous scenes. Thus, humorous scenes were added to the drama. And trade guilds produced plays related to scriptural events. That is, the stories were based from the Bible. Morality plays taught lessons of morality through the use of allegorical characters. And so they are morality plays. Morality plays were very popular during the 15th century. And so the morality plays taught lessons of morality through the use of allegorical characters. Here in the morality plays, characters represented abstract qualities, common virtues, vices. Say for example, greed, then jealousy. They all became characters. Virtue, ignorance, prudence, sloth. What is sloth? Laziness. They were all characters on stage in a morality play. Hope you have understood. See, morality plays became very popular in the 15th century. And what is the intention of these plays? These plays are meant to teach lessons of morality through allegorical characters. And here, abstract qualities, common virtues, and vices, the eternal struggle between good and evil, all these became the themes of the morality plays. Abstract characters are presented on the stage. For example, virtue comes to the stage as a person. Ignorance comes to the stage as a person. Prudence, sloth, these are all characters on stage in a morality play. Morality and miracle plays are an outflow of Christianity in the medieval period. And at that time, see, I told you in the beginning, priests and monks, they were the main actors. But now, through a papal order, the church forbade the priests from acting. In 1210, actually it happened through a papal order, priests were restricted from acting, playing in dramas.